He was powerful, strategic, and ambitious. Chancellor of NATO, a respected name in the open front community. But when the elections came around, things spiraled fast. From political games to exposed DMs, to bans, to full-scale clan destruction. This is the true story of how Linux909 went from clan leader to chaos. The rise and fall of Linux909. Act 1. The Desperate Candidate. Let's rewind to the start. Linux909 was the Chancellor of NATO, a major clan in the open front world. He had influence, reputation, and a shot at real power. The UOC elections were coming up, and Linux set his sights on one of the top positions, Secretary General. The position meant leadership across multiple clans. It meant real control over policy, coordination, and prestige. But there was a problem. He wasn't winning. In fact, he was losing badly. And not just in opposition votes. Even some NATO reps weren't behind him. Now, instead of accepting that loss, Linux made a different choice, one that would define his legacy. He tried to rig the election. He made an alternate account, a fake identity. He joined a second UOC clan under that alt and tried to become a representative just so he could vote for himself. And honestly, he almost got away with it. Until someone spoke up. That someone was @FedUp Legend, a clan leader who saw the plan unfolding. And they didn't keep quiet. They exposed everything and reported Linux to UOC staff. Act 2. DMs and denial. Now at this point, you'd think Linux might back off. Admit defeat, maybe apologize, right? Nope. Instead, he slid into the DMs of UOC staff, specifically at Maker and at Pilkey, two senior staffers at the time, and he asked them to let it slide. His reasoning? That it would somehow be good for NATO, that the greater good justified the deception. But Maker and Pilkey didn't flinch. They flat out refused. No bending the rules, no special treatment. They stood firm on UOC's values, fairness, democracy, and transparency. And with that, the door was closed. But that wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of the meltdown. Act 3. Breakdown. What came next wasn't strategy. It wasn't diplomacy. It wasn't even damage control. It was pure rage. Frustrated and exposed, Linux snapped. He started sending racist and hateful messages in the UOC server. People were stunned. Some thought it was a joke at first, but it wasn't. He then rage quit the UOC Discord entirely. But he wasn't done yet. He returned to NATO's Discord and claimed he needed admin permissions for something he called a secret project. Vague, mysterious, suspicious. No one gave him access. At this point, trust in him was completely shattered. And yet he still had one last place where he held power. Act 4. The EU purge. There was still one clan where Linux had admin privileges. EU. And in what can only be described as a scorched earth moment, he used them. He went into the EU server and banned every single member. Every last one. A full-blown purge. Within minutes, the entire clan community was wiped from the server, and that was it. That was the final straw. Linux was immediately banned from every UOC-affiliated clan, from NATO, and from the official Open Front Discord itself. His name was wiped from leadership roles. His political career? Gone. Act 5. Rebuild. But this isn't just a story of collapse. It's also a story of recovery. Because EU didn't stay down. With support from UOC, from UN, and yes, even from NATO, the EU clan bounced back faster than anyone expected. New leadership stepped in, the community rallied, recruitment began, and now, EU has over 40 active members and is growing stronger every week. It didn't just recover, it evolved, rebuilt better, smarter, more unified. The damage Linux tried to do didn't last. Act 5. Rebuild. But this isn't just a story of collapse, it's also a story of recovery. Because EU didn't stay down. With support from UOC, from UN, and yes, even from NATO, the EU clan bounced back faster than anyone expected. New leadership stepped in, the community rallied, recruitment began, and now, EU has over 40 active members and is growing stronger every week. It didn't just recover, it evolved, rebuilt better, smarter, more unified. The damage Linux tried to do didn't last. So what can we learn from this? Ambition is fine. Power? Sure. Even politics can have its place in gaining